We are now in the analysis section. Chris Reisner, John Steppe, you already met him. Usually we have the TV here, but we're switching it up today. We're going to play a new game, Draw Something Word Association. We haven't really worked out the name, the official title of the segment, but basically how it's going to work, I'm going to give these guys a topic to talk about. They're going to draw the first thing that comes to their mind and tell us why they drew that. So let's get this thing started. NBA All-Star Weekend coming up. What are you most looking forward to? Draw it.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Let's see what we go with here.
Go, John.
Okay, I'm guessing that's going to be a basket eventually, but I'm not totally sure.
Guess again.
Maybe a boat or something. Steppe, what do we got going on there?
Still a work in progress.
Still a work in progress. A couple Picassos on the whiteboard here. Okay, let's start with Chris. He's done first. Is that a muffin?
This is a cupcake.
Okay.
Because Kevin Durant made his return recently to Oklahoma City, and after one of the most soft moves in NBA history, joining the 73-win Golden State Warriors, he's going to be playing with Russell Westbrook, and a lot of people are calling him soft, and they're referring to him as a cupcake.
Yeah.
Well, I think Durant got the better end of that one, though. I mean, the Warrior players are taking the cupcake T-shirts from that OKC Golden State game. But my picture is of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Going to be a great storyline here.
That was
first time.
That was quite the pronunciation.
Thank you. It takes a lot of practice there. But his first ever All-Star appearance is going to be interesting because the Eastern Conference really doesn't have much height. So he will be playing a lot of center against some of the best centers in the NBA in the Western Conference. So it'll be definitely an interesting thing to watch out for.
Spot on drawing. I think his neck is actually probably that size too. So let's erase those and let's get to the next topic. So we just talked about Jaromir Jagr turning 45 on Wednesday, which is unbelievable. So the question for you guys is, what sport do you think is the easiest to play the longest in? We got, okay, Chris, what are we going? I'm guessing that's a golf ball and a tee?
We've got a golf ball and a golf tee here. No disrespect to golfers. Tiger Woods, one of the most transcendent athletes of our generation. But it's really a sport. It doesn't take a whole lot of athleticism. We've got guys like Vijay Singh. They're golfing on the tour well into their 60s. It's a sport about finesse and skill and technique. You can keep going.
Unless you're Tiger Woods and your back just falls apart.
That's a fair point. He's the exception.
He is definitely the exception. What do we got, Steppe?
So my thing is football, but specifically kickers and punters. They just go out 5-6 times a game, and they kick a football, and then they go right back to the sideline. You have to say it, that's pretty easy. Adam Vinatieri, he's 43. Phil Dawson, he's 42. Occasionally, you'll have the early retirement like Pat McAfee, who quit to join Barstool Sports at 29. But for the most part, they can play until they're in their 40s. And golf, can you even really consider that a full major sport?
That's
You're
a
just
full sport.
swinging a club.
And sometimes the kickers like to fart while they're playing. Is that what's going on there?
No, that's him running.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I also want to add my grandpa is 76 years old, and he golfs 5 times a week.
Yeah, that's a pretty good argument. All right,
but is that a sport?
We're moving on now. We have a few more left to go, so let's get the erasers out there. Boxing has kind of been a sport that's died a little bit, but it might come back to life with Conor McGregor, the UFC superstar, and Floyd Mayweather. We all know him wanting to battle it out in the ring. What needs to happen to make this fight a thing? This week, Mayweather posting on Instagram that McGregor needs to talk to his people to make it happen. And McGregor saying to GQ that he can punch out anyone. So, Steppe, I think I know where you're going with this one. It's Floyd Money Mayweather, right?
Exactly. Money, money, and money. That will determine whether this match goes on. Boxing, it goes down to the dollar signs. So it will happen because they'll bring in money. That's just the bottom line.
Chris, real quick.
I've got a candle and a flame here, and I'm assuming this fight is going to happen. They're building it up. And what do you do to a candle's flame? You blow it out. If this fight happens, it's going to be a blowout. McGregor doesn't stand a chance against Mayweather. He'll outclass him.
I like that. If we were giving points for creativity, you get extra points. Let's get the erasers. Let's get the last one real quick. MLB spring training, we're going to have more of that coming up in the C block, is in full effect right now. MLB is trying to speed up the game. Game's going 4 hours now. It's way too long. No one wants to watch that. What does the MLB need to do to speed up the game real quick, guys? What are we drawing? Steppe, I like that you went with the baseball diamond. That's a good start.
Thank you. It's a bit helpful with the baseball thing. But I like the idea that they're doing in the minor leagues, having a guy on second. I would rather have the person on first. That way it's a bit less up to chance, because otherwise just a single can change it. So this way there's still a bit of the way of really giving the purists a way into this rule. And it also will either stem more offense, or you could have a double play right away, so the games will go by a lot faster.
Yeah, and more points for creativity. I have no idea where this is going.
I'm strongly opposed to this rule. We have a gas meter here, and they need to keep the bases empty in the extra innings. One of the most exciting parts in extra innings is the possibility of a walk-off home run. And if you have a guy starting on second base, a single brings him in, it eliminates that chance of a walk-off game winner.
But first base, that's a lot different. Really takes a double, if that. So I still like the idea of having a guy on first. At least try it in the minor leagues. If it doesn't work out, you don't have to have it in the major leagues.
Yeah,
Too much of a rule
we'll see.
change.
It'll be interesting what they need to do. We both agree, or we all agree, they need to do something. We have plenty more coming up with Give and Go. We're going to be talking the Westminster Dog Show. I don't know if that's officially a sport, but we're talking it. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.